endorsement of Wa Van Tran. And I would like to know, is there a motion to be made, Steve? Did I see you have a motion to be made?
I do.
What is your motion?
I am very concerned a week before an election. I have to come to the front. I'm not just going to speak.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to come to the front, please. Sure.
I know how it is.
I have a real problem as a Democratic candidate when we are looking at a district that has been Democratic for years and is now Republican, that as we are approaching a campaign, an election night, with a single Democrat in the running who is vested in that community, that we're discussing polling the endorsement. My concern is a marionette doesn't dance any better when you cut its strings. We have problems that have been exhibited in this campaign that have been in the newspaper, and the candidate needs to come out strongly and disavow those problems. But I don't think that we have a single Democrat running in a district that the Democratic Party should turn its back on that candidate. To that end, I would like to see a resolution, a motion, where we ask the candidate to accurately submit the appropriate paperwork, the campaign finance reports, in a timely manner. That we work with the candidate to ensure that the environment in that office is not a hostile work environment for any minorities or gender or anything else, so that the Democratic Party and this candidate are above reproach. That the campaign must make sure that it has no affiliation with people of questionable conduct, be they gang members, be they other problems, be they anything of that nature that makes the Democratic Party seem weaker or less real in this race. And I call on the candidate to take the steps necessary to eliminate that type of influence in the campaign so that all candidates benefit. I have encountered some problem because of these news stories, and I'd like to see it end tonight with a candidate saying, I am going to fix it. Lastly, I think Mr. Walker needs to assert control over his campaign and run this as his campaign. For that community, for this candidate, for our party. Thank you.
Is there a second to that motion? Your second by Henry in the back. All right, there's time for discussion of this motion. Are we going to have discussion? All right. Now there's going to be some people that are going to be pro this motion. Can I see those who would like to discuss this, who are in favor of Steve Young's motion?
Mr. Chairman, can you ask a couple of questions for clarification?
No. I just want to see the hands of the people. I just want to see the hands of the people who want to speak in favor of this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Henry?
as the maker of the motion, Steve Young has the first right to address it.
I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
As the maker of the motion, Steve Young has the first right to address it.
Okay. I think he kind of addressed it. Steve, were your comments inclusive?
I have nothing else to add to what I said.
Clarify the motion, please.
Yes, my understanding is that the motion is that, and correct me if I'm wrong, okay, to move the Orange County Democratic Central Committee to not rescind our endorsement of Wa Van Tran, and that the Van Tran campaign accurately submit and amend campaign finance reports in a timely fashion, number one. As we know, it's been turned over to the district attorney, as well as to the attorney general, the campaign reporting. And as you know, the central committee meeting we had, Rob Van Tran had submitted the amended filing in the time that we permitted. And so this went off calendar. The second thing, as I understand Mr. Young's, or soon-to-be Congressman Young's comments, is that the Rob Van Tran campaign worked hard to create a non-hostile working environment and protect all campaign workers from any form of harassment, irrespective of gender, minority, sexual predisposition, and anything of that nature. The third thing I heard Steve mention was that the campaign must not have any affiliations with known or suspected gang members. And fourthly, that Rob Van Tran, who's here with us tonight, sitting in the front row, is the one that is making the decisions about what needs to be done and so on and so forth, which is ultimately his responsibility. Is that fair, Steve, from the standpoint of a recitation of your motion?
You hit it on all 4 points.
Thank you. Yes, you.
I'd like to offer a substitute motion.
All right.
My motion is that the stand would be endorsement of Rob Van Tran.
All right. That is a substitute motion. Is there a second to that? Second. Now, my recollection of Robert's Rules of Order is that since this is all going to come down to the decision, Gila, from the standpoint of whether we're going to rescind or not, I think that we will have a discussion and debate on that first. Your motion first, the substitute motion first. Mr. Geller. I'm trying to follow Robert's Rules of Order, and I kind of tried to blow up on it before I got anything.
According to our bylaws, we do not have a process for removing the endorsement of candidates. Secondly, we do have in our bylaws rules regarding conduct, and we have a code of conduct which says that you will not attack an endorsed candidate of the Democratic Party. We have had several people, one of them who spoke very recently, who has been attacking Rob Van Tran, who is the endorsed candidate. And I feel that this particular motion was out of order, and this agenda item itself was out of order, because we do not have a process for doing what you're trying to do here tonight. So I would stand against Gila's motion, and I would also stand against any other motion that brings any hardship on Rob Van Tran.
All right. Mr. Jacoby.
Yes, sir. I'd like to propose a third motion, which is that we eliminate the second item on the agenda.
The second of that, too. So this is an amendment to Gila's motion, which is a substitute motion for Young's motion. This is getting very complicated. I'm sorry. It's been seconded. It's been seconded to remove this from the agenda. We also need. I'm going to take a comment from Teddy Allen. Go ahead, Teddy.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I just
Can't hear you.
I often disagree with Frank, but he's an attorney,